Hello there.
Hello.
Dia canggung banget. Hello there. My name is Nabila Hananti from English Literature Batch 25 of Universitas Indonesia. And today I will be interviewing this person right here. Miss, what's your name? And could you tell me a little bit about yourself?
My name is Zahira. I am from Indonesian Literature Batch 23 and I write reviews on Broadway World and I watch a lot of shows and I sometimes get into few art films, theater projects.
In this interview, I guess we would be discussing about the value of arts. So, first question I would like to ask is, I guess, what is art to you?
Art to me is something, literally anything I watch, hear, listen, see, touch that can make me feel happy or literally anything else. Maybe like evoke emotion. Like when I listen to a song and I feel sad, and I listen to some songs and I feel energetic, things like that. I think that's what I consider to be art.
So, art is something that, let's say, gives your life meaning, I guess.
I would say, yeah. Listening to music can make me romanticize things or like depressitize things. It can embrace the emotions that I feel, and it can make me feel my feelings better.
Are you also a practicer of art?
I would say so. Yeah, I practice. I like acting. I like singing, and I like playing piano. Sure.
How do you feel when you are practicing art?
When I practice art, let's say I'm playing piano. It can make me feel like, I can create something from my fingers, and it actually sounds good or bad, which is fine. Or when I listen to music, how I feel is, well, it can be a lot of things. That's why it's considered art, right? Because when I see something or hear something else, I can feel more or feel less or feel embraced. Like it's a lot of different things.
Does that mean, would you consider art as like one of your reasons to live?
Of course, definitely it is one of my reasons to live. I mean, it's not the only thing, but it can. You know how you listen to songs and you can romanticize it, or when you watch a movie and you feel like, oh, this relates to me so much, and by consuming those media, those art, it can make you understand more of yourself, right? Like, oh, uh, you thought you couldn't explain what you feel into words or into songs or into movies, but there's some media that can explain the trajectory of your life or what changed your life and how you feel through those songs, movies, etc., etc.
Since we will be discussing about the value of art, I guess my question would be, have you recently felt, let's say, bored or felt like that there was something lacking in art nowadays, or in the art form that you pursue? Like maybe you feel like, oh, when I play the piano, it doesn't feel as fun as it used to be.
Oh, okay. So I think yes and no. I'm gonna go with yes first. I have felt bored. I have felt bored while doing art, but I'm gonna explain more of why, right? Because I've been in some projects, and I feel like the moment that I feel bored in those projects, it's because I'm unsatisfied, or I'm unsatisfied because I know this is all it is. Like it is not more than I wish for. That's why I feel bored. But at the same time, being unsatisfied means that you're not bored, because it's like contradicting, right? It's you feel bored because you want something more. Hey, wait, no, you feel unsatisfied because you want something more. Therefore, you're bored because this project that you're working on is just like that. When I feel bored watching or doing stuff, it's mainly because of what I am seeing right now. It literally doesn't make me feel like anything. It feels numb. Like I'm not happy or embraced. I'm not feeling even hatred. I'm just like, oh, when will this get done? When will this finish? Like I just want to get this done and then move on to my other project, which is probably will be more satisfying for me. And the moment that when I feel that sense of boredness, when I don't feel like, oh, I don't want to do this thing anymore, I just want to get this done, that is when it is the most nonsense to me. Okay.
But has it always felt that way?
No, of course not. It's only like in a few projects where I felt utterly disappointed with what the outcome will be. But most of the time, I feel satisfied. Not even satisfied. Maybe unsatisfied, but unsatisfied because I am happy watching it and I want more. That's why I feel unsatisfied. But there are some times where I feel bored. Yeah,
But it didn't used to be that way, right? So,
didn't used to be
like, it
that
was
way.
like an interest that, let's say, not deplete but change over time? Do you feel like your interest in art has changed over time? Because like you did say like it didn't used to be like that, like the way you perceive things as boring or like you're unsatisfied, but did it used to, let's say, fulfill you at a certain point?
Oh, yes, I have felt this. Let's say the first time I watched the show, the first time, it's gonna be magical, right? Like, oh, there's all of these lightings and these costumes and these actings and these singings. It's all very magical for the first time when you see it for the first time. But watching a lot of shows, you kind of like you could say like raise your standards a bit. Like you know which are the good costumes, good acting, good lighting. Because I've watched a lot of shows, you can kind of tell when the lighting's a little meh or mid, or when the acting's kind of mid. It's because you've had more experience with what you see, you can kind of like know what you like or what you don't like. So yeah, of course it can change my interest.
Because so it's more like it's almost like a paradox, right? Like when you've actually watched a lot, consumed a lot, what resulted instead was you demanding more, I guess.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would say.
So this is a I'm going to ask a very open and broad question, but what are your thoughts about contemporary art?
Oh, contemporary art as in like art in right now, right?
Art as in yes, as it is now, because yeah, again, art that used to be was not this. The art that was in the past is not as it is now.
Of
Like
course. Huh.
from how you perceive it and from how it actually is. Like, what are your thoughts about, well, theoretically modern art?
Of course. Okay. I'm gonna lean towards positive because let's say I walk into an art gallery and I see things that I mean, in Indonesia, I mean, with where I see art galleries, I think most of the things that I see are really well thought and well made, and probably put a lot of work and hard work and thoughts into those art projects. So let's say if I don't necessarily like it as what it looks like, I know that it takes a lot of hard work to make. And also I've seen a lot of people, because we're very open nowadays, like we can use art as a form of activism now. I mean, it has always been used like that, but it is seen a lot. I've seen it a lot now, which I actually like because sure,
So you
let's
would
do more of
say
that.
that would you say that you're valuing the attempt to create art compared to the result, even if you don't really like the art app?
Yes. Okay, because I can see something and appreciate it, but I don't have to like it, right? Maksudnya, when I not even like in graphic design or graphic art, even when I'm watching a show, and I don't really like it, and my friend was like, "Hey, what do you think of it?" I'm like, "You guys work really hard, and I appreciate it." Like the ensemble, let's say I can appreciate the ensembles or the costumes or the music, but I don't have to necessarily like the plot, right? Like that's what I'm saying. Like I can appreciate it, but still not like it.
It's because art is something that any kind of art requires effort and hard work. So
Yes.
that kind of effort and hard work should still be appreciated. Yes. But of course, if we're talking about the result itself, it's definitely sometimes rather not questionable. It's just fluctuating because like
Fluctuating.
sometimes it's low, sometimes it's high. Yes. Okay, so you see, the reason why we did this interview with you was because my group is making a project about discussing about the value of arts, and of course we've had our own discussion, and we've come to a sort of consensus of four things that we think are affecting the modern art nowadays, and we would like to discuss them one by one. Is that be fine with you?
That's fine.
Okay, then let's start from the first one. So we think that contemporary art are quite, let's say, shallow. There's like a sense of shallowness of current arts. What are your thoughts about that?
Okay, can you explain more of what you think is shallow, and I will tell you if what I would think.
I guess I could say that it's quite commercialized, as in, uh, sometimes the things that are done are like done for the purpose of money instead of for the purpose of like adding value into the art. So there's like a loss of value in that sense. Like, let's say if we take for example, like there's a lot of uh, video games movies which are not exactly, we're not exactly valuing the original art from the it was supposed to the original video game and instead existed just because of they're trying to monetize the video games that it is, and then people watch it, and it's bad, but but it still makes a lot of money because it's a very well-known IP. What are your thoughts about that?
Okay, so I think these creative people are definitely smart in like how to make money, right? Okay, like let's say they want to create a movie that is a remake or a sequel based on what's already been done, right? They know the people who have liked it before is gonna eat that thing up. Like, oh, we have to watch this. It's like a continuation of what we already like. I don't have to give examples because there's a lot. There's nothing wrong with making remakes or sequels as long as it's good. Maksudnya, if you want to do something and continue something that's already been done, you should do it with a lot of love and care, and with what the canon was yeah, respecting the canon, respecting the audience who have loved it, the people who have loved it, and the original creator. Because I've seen, okay, there are movies that let's say there's a biopic of this one person. This is a biopic of a person, right? And the person who is still alive is not even consenting about the film that is even made. And apparently that can still happen. I mean, it's still producing because I don't know, I don't get the laws, but if you even the person who is like the OG, the real person of the biopic thinks that it's, oh, it shouldn't be done. It shouldn't be done. Like, why can't you just respect the original thought that was already put in the previous original things? Let's say there's a lot of remakes on this and that, and people using the remakes, and oh, it's gonna make money. I mean, of course, if you want to do that, you can do that because I think if it were done well, people were gonna like it. But if you're doing it and it's not done well, it's just gonna like it's a waste of time. Like you're just ruining something that was already been good before.
I see. Actually, this correlates with one of our second consensus, I think, which is quantity over quality. And I guess the remakes and the sequels, there's been an unusual amount of them over the years. Why do you think so?
I mean, of course, back to the other discussion because it makes money, right? Because at first, I mean, let's say there's like a trailer, not a trailer, a poster, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, we're not watching this. It's gonna be not as good," and it's like, you know what? It turns out when the poster was out, they found that the director was like kind of bad, and like, "Oh, guys, this director's kind of bad. We're not gonna watch this, guys. Okay, let's not watch this." And then the trailer comes out, and it's like, "Oh, actually, it's pretty good. It's pretty good," and it's like a sense of nostalgia because you see your old characters, the characters you like when you were young, and you're like, you see it now, and it's like, oh, we have to see this again because this is gonna give more of what we already like. But yeah, again, it's quantity over quality. Even like in producing these things, it's gonna take like a lot more faster than creating the previous original ones because it's less effort.
Now, what are okay? Of course, the reason why there's quantity over quality is because people are chasing money, right? That is like the obvious thing. But what are your thoughts on something more like, let's say there's a very well-known author who wrote a book in like 10 years time, but like for the next book, they're only given like a 1 year period. Like, what do you think of that? But like they gotta keep making books, they gotta keep writing books, but like they don't exactly have the capacity to create books that fast, but they're forced to basically just churn them out because they need to keep the momentum. What are your thoughts about quantity in that perspective?
Okay, first of all, usually it's the publishers asking the author, right?
Yes.
Like even the other's gonna be, even the other itself is like very stressed, like, oh my god, I have to get this done. And with like that much of effort, with that much of stress and that much of pressure, of course the second or the third or the fourth book is not gonna be as good as the first one that came out because it's less time and less space, and it's more stressed and more pressure.
And this is also not necessarily just talking about sequels. Like it could just be like, let's say, a very popular rom-com author, they're writing a very good book, and they're like, oh, people are interested to see what they want to see next. And what are your thoughts about that?
Yeah, again I will really prefer quality over quantity. There's like a author, and they're very well known at making rom-coms, and they made this one good movie that everyone loved. It was like it was so pure art, and everyone's like, oh, I'm so excited for their next project. So, and next year they make a movie because everyone's waiting for it, but it took like only 1 year to make that movie, and people are gonna be like, oh, she lost her edge, they lost her edge, and it's like not as good. But it was them who asked for the movies to be out that quick, that soon. Like, do you get it? It's like, maybe if you didn't put so much pressure, you would have gotten better.
Would you say for the artist themselves, would you say that they didn't give a sort of, let's say, amount of effort or thoughts for the thing, for the art they're forced to turn out, and that creates a sort of sense of shallowness relating to the previous one? Would you consider it shallow or capitalist? Like,
Oh, capitalized, yes, but I feel like as an artist, they have their own agency to make what they want to make, right? And when they see people, oh, my fans, they like this kind of trope, they like this kind of things. So if they keep, let's say, if they want to keep making it, and if it turns out well, and they put a lot of work into it, so it's fine. But if they're just doing this because like, oh, this is so easy, this is just gonna make this and this and this and this, and we don't even have to put much into it, and is the audience can tell if it's done well or not, if it's slop or if it's peak.
if there's an artwork that, let's say, that is that you can tell that the artists are forced to make them, would you consider that what their action is, it's the action is inherently definitely capitalizing over their previous success, but would you consider that the art that they made, it's not as good as his previous one, but would you consider it shallow?
I would consider it shallow. Author, they have agency, right? And they know what the fans will like. But if they keep using that same trope over and over again, it's gonna be predictable and it's gonna be shallow. It's not gonna be deep and very well depth, right? Because if you want to make something that is very well depth, it's gonna take more than some quick time.
So they ended up just telling a story. They're not telling a story they want to tell, but just repeating the previous things.
It's almost like, I mean, listening to your audience is good. Like say like you make a really good romance, and they're like, oh, I really want to see more of this character, and the author is like, oh wait, you're right, I want to make more of this character, and they actually delve in to what this character, based on what the choices this character has made and the decisions that they have made, what will this character do in the future for the next film. Like, let's say the film is about this character, and they delve deep and they analyze, and so the movie is out, and it turns out well, or it turns out bad, I don't know, but you can kind of tell. Like, of course there's gonna be a debate, of course there's gonna be like an amount of people criticizing, or apa namanya, memuji film itu atau menjelekan film itu, karena kalau misalnya itu udah bisa bikin apa namanya, diskursus ya, if it can make a discourse, ya artinya itu sudah diperlakukan dengan baik, udah dipikir-pikir dengan baik. Kalau misalnya ada diskursus kayak, menurut gue karakter ini gak cocok kalau dia bikin kayak gini, tapi harus ada diskursus tentang kayak, oh, I think this is a very well fitting for this character to do the decisions that they make in the new film gitu.
Okay. All right then. Then we're gonna start to the third topic, which is originality, as in plagiarism, I guess, as well as issues of AI, of course.
Okay.
What are your thoughts about that?
I think it's well known that AI steal things, right? Taking inspirations from other artists, but don't give credit where it's due. We know that there's a lot of people using it. We know that sometimes in movie scripts we can't tell if it's AI or not. Like, sometimes you can't tell. Sometimes you do, but sometimes you cannot. Like, I've seen scripts that I've read, and I'm like, oh, I know this is AI. I know this is AI, but maybe there are some that I don't realize. And with that, I think it's kind of lazy again, because it's not even like films or movies or theater. Even if you're like making a design or making a proposal for a project, if you can't make the apa ya design, or like there's no design team, then don't just use AI. Just draw it yourself with like doodles or something, or just don't put pictures, or just like hire. If you, I mean, if you can't pay for like a graphic design team, then just don't make the proposal with like drawings and stuff, and just don't use AI, because like I don't know, even like to say it's accessible, it's almost like a shame karena you're taking jobs from people who have worked on drawing and stuff.
It's inherently disrespectful.
We like us, like Gen Zs, right, are very open with like how AI is worked, but other grown-ups aren't. And even if you tell them like, hey, did you know that my generation is actually like don't really like AI, and if my generation found out that you put AI in your project, they're gonna be like, oh, this thing is AI generated and let's not support it gitu. Tapi kayak they just don't get it. They just don't get it because it's quick.
I would say there's a sort of paradox here as well, like as in like AI is AI is valued in the sense that people use it for casual things, for everything. Like let's say, okay, old people or young people or whoever it is, they use AI in order to create like prompts of themselves because they want to see themselves portrayed in their AI. But at the same time, they're also whenever something uses AI, it it inherently reduces its value. Yes, as in like okay, not hiring a graphic designer and instead using AI, like, oh, this product is cheap. You can come to that conclusion as well, right?
Yes, definitely, definitely. Yeah, it could be a branding issue as well. Like if you're known to use AI, like, oh, this brand can't even pay for a graphic designer.
Do you think there's a solution for this one?
um well, even if we educate a lot of people on it, they're still gonna use it. So I don't have any solutions. I'm sorry. I'm just here to criticize.
We're just here to criticize. Well, you were saying about you're part of the young people, I guess. So you would say that when people uses AI, they're inherently the value inherently disappears.
I would say not. Like let's say they use one aspect like graphic design, they use AI. But if they don't use um other things, maybe most of their work is like originality originated from them, and they, maybe some people aren't educated, man. I'm just trying to give the benefit of the doubt. Like maybe they don't know that AI is bad, maybe they don't know that AI is kind of inconsiderate to the graphic designers, maybe they don't know. But if it takes like only one aspect of generative AI, and the other whole aspects are like from them and came through real people, I would say it can still be valued.
Okay, so last one we would like to discuss is about the absurdity of modern arts, or I guess postmodern arts, as we learned in our English literature class, which is art that is considered rather not conforming to the norm. Like for example, something like the banana tape on the wall. That one is did you know it's valued like for over like 2 million, I think?
Yeah, I heard that.
And like just from that concept alone, what are your thoughts about that?
Okay, we're gonna talk about the banana tape itself, the banana tape on the wall itself, and the absurdity, and the arts that are absurd. But let's talk about banana tape first. So, I think it's full of shit. Okay, I'm sorry. I think it's full of shit.
Say it louder to the camera.
I think it's full of shit. It's banana tape on a wall. It's banana tape on a wall. Oh my god. Oh my god. And it's valued for like, I don't know, millions. And okay, I'm gonna make a hot take about this. You know how these rich people uses art as investments, right? It's fine, whatever, but at this point it's gotten too far. It's like they don't even care if it's good or not. It's just like, it's just money. It's just like bitcoins or NFTs. It's like investments. It's probably like valued that much of a million because these other a bunch of rich people agreed that okay, let's gonna value this piece of shit for a bunch of million, and we can like, that's where the money flows. Their investments, like they don't care if it's good or not. But talking about arts that are absurd, talking about the arts that I don't get because the creator or the artist is really specific with their analogies and those things that I don't get. And I'm like, you know how you make art, and when it's publicized, other people can see it, right? And when you make things, and let's say I don't get it, and the artist is gonna ask like, what do you think? And I'm gonna be like, honestly, I don't really get it. and they explain, oh, it's actually like a bunch of analogies and blah, 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 and it's very personal to them, good, okay, but does the other audience get it? Because if it's just me that doesn't get it, it's fine. Like it's then if it's just me that don't get the art, then it's fine. But if it's like a bunch of audience, then most of them didn't get the purpose or the what you want to interpret, then maybe the artist should be more apa ya, more pengertian dalam understanding dalam bagaimana artnya bakal interpreted gitu sih. Karena wouldn't be it be so nice for the other audience to understand what the artist's feelings. Maybe they can relate to that if they get it, but they didn't.
The subjectivism of art definitely plays into factor in how we perceive these absurd things, definitely. But in the same sense, you would say that there is an objective in art, as in like you could see if it's bad or it's good, but at the same time, you don't know. You don't if you don't understand what it is entirely. How can we? There is an objective view of us perceiving that. Okay, maybe we don't know if it's good or bad, but it's definitely is weird.
Yes, gitu. Kayak yaudah, even if it's like you know how we have critics and reviews these days, right? And it's all subjective. Like let's say on Letterboxd, this movie is like 2 out of 5, and it doesn't mean that the movie is literally 2.5. It means like a bunch of other people like probably rated 1 star or 5 star or 2 stars, and it's gonna be like, it means a lot of people thinks that it's 2 stars. It doesn't mean that it's objectively bad. It means that a lot of people thinks that it's a 2.
I see. I see. All right then. I think that concludes it for our for interview right now.
Okay.
Thank you for your time and okay, thank you to you guys next time.